When was the last time you chose to do something inconvenient because you knew it would be good for you? Maybe a workout you almost skipped. Maybe a phone call you were dreading to make, but you needed to make it. Maybe choosing to cook a healthy meal instead of ordering Deliveroo, Uber Eats, or any takeaway. Welcome back to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. I'm Sanj, and today I want to talk about something that may make you a bit uncomfortable, but in the best way possible. Today, we're going to be talking about and diving into the idea that doing the inconvenient, sometimes difficult things is actually the key to unlocking a better and more fulfilling life. There's a quote by William Danforth, and that is, "The path of least resistance is what makes rivers and men crooked." And if you think about it, if you think about the way a river meanders, it's because it's taking the path of least resistance. If it took the difficult path, if it took the path where it required its most effort, it would be going in a straight line. But by choosing the path of least resistance, it starts moving all over the place. And the same happens to people. Today, I'm going to be talking about why we often avoid inconvenient things, why our best life is actually waiting on the other side of them, and how we can start embracing these challenges to level up our lives. I know that this sometimes still is a big thing for me, because doing the inconvenient, although it's a choice of doing what's hard now to make my life easier later, or doing what's easy now and my life will be hard later. And this can be such simple things. It can be so simple as being kind to your future self. Say you're clearing up your room. Yeah. You put something just outside your room or on a shelf, knowing that you're going to move it later, or with the intention to move it later. And then you do that for 5, 10, 15 items. And before you know it, all you've done is you've just created more work for yourself later. Whereas if you had just put the item away straight away, that's it, it's done. And there was a great thing I saw on Instagram called one-touch cleaning. You don't say, pick up a cup and put it on the windowsill. You don't put it on the worktop, the counter in the kitchen. No, you put it straight in the dishwasher. You wash it up straight away. And this one-touch cleaning is fantastic. I got to say, I found it really good and really useful to start doing. But today we're going to be talking about why it's that inconvenient things, which is putting the cup away straight away. Because it takes that extra minute, but you're doing something else. Why those inconvenient things are actually going to give you your best life. And first of all, I'm going to be talking about why we avoid doing the inconvenient things, why we opt for the convenient things. And the truth is, the convenient things is the easy route. It's human nature. You love convenience. I love convenience. We all love convenience. And why wouldn't we? Convenience means comfort. Convenience means predictability. And let's face it, let's be honest, convenience means way less hassle. It could be just picking up the phone and ordering a takeaway. It could be just putting off some work for you to do on Monday. And think about it, after a long day, do you feel like cooking? Or does just ordering a pizza sound good? Do you feel like hitting the gym? Or would you prefer to just crash on the couch and just watch some TV? Convenience calls us because it offers immediate satisfaction, immediate gratification without any extra effort. Convenience, it seems like our best friend because it means that we don't have to put in any hard work. But here's the catch. That satisfaction is short-lived. Convenience actually leads to less satisfaction and lower happiness in the long run. You actually feel more stressed when you consistently choose convenient options over more mindful and more effortful ones. So imagine that it's, as I said, it's either choose easy thing now and live a harder life later, or choose a hard thing now and live the easier life later. So while convenience might feel good right now, it costs you in the long term in terms of health, productivity, and personal growth. And it is easy to fall into this trap. Our brains are wired to conserve this energy because what's convenient is, as I said, is effortless. And we want to avoid anything that seems like unnecessary work or anything that's uncomfortable. This is why, without thinking, we always will choose for what's convenient instead of what's inconvenient. This is you choosing between short-term gains or long-term gains. Yeah, your life is actually, your best life, should I say, is actually on the other side of inconvenient tasks. It's on the other side of those difficult things. Your best life is hiding behind those inconvenient tasks that you're tending to avoid. It sounds counterintuitive, but think about it this way. The things that challenge you are the things that make you grow. Growth does not happen inside your comfort zone where things are convenient. It happens when you stretch yourself, when things are inconvenient, when they cause you discomfort, when they push you out of that comfort zone. You want to be healthier, but you keep choosing those convenient foods, those ready meals, those takeaways. You're skipping workouts. But what if you actually embrace that inconvenience of meal prepping and exercising regularly? Yeah, it may be a bit of hassle at first, but within a few weeks, you'll start to feel more energized. You'll feel happier. You'll actually notice maybe a difference in your body shape. And you'll actually notice, and that will keep you going. They'll be like, actually, yeah, although it is inconvenient for me to meal prep, but I'm noticing this difference. And before you know it, you'll actually be like, you know what? This inconvenience is worth the results. Yeah, say you want to build stronger relationships. It may be inconvenient to schedule quality time with the loved ones or to have those deep and meaningful conversations. But in the long run, those are the moments that create bonds. Those are the moments where you're going to build memories. Those are the moments which are so much more fulfilling than the convenience of being alone or just focused on yourself. When you start to actually have those uncomfortable conversations, when you start to open up and feel that discomfort, that's when you start to bond. Your inconvenient tasks, whether it's working out, managing finances, budgeting, or spending time with loved ones in a new and exciting way other than just sitting in front of the TV, all of these things are investments. They may not give you instant gratification right away. It may not be fun to sit there in the gym working out for an hour 3 times a week. It may not be fun to sit there budgeting and counting every penny you spend. But actually they bring you long-lasting benefits, that health you'll have where you can play with your kids without feeling out of breath, where you can go out and spend what you want because you were smart with your money, where you can actually spend time with your loved ones and your kids come to you feeling comfortable to talk to you because you've actually invested that time with them. Every time you choose to do something hard or uncomfortable, you're actually stepping a bit closer. You're moving closer to a more fulfilling and rewarding life. So if you want to start choosing inconvenience rather than the convenient things, you can start doing things like actually looking at the long-term benefits of your choice. When you start looking at the long-term benefits, you start thinking, actually, say, yeah, is this burger actually worth me spending another hour in the gym? For me to go out and have this really crappy meal, this really unhealthy meal, that's actually 3 workouts is going to take me to lose it. And you're going to start thinking, actually, do I need it that much? Start picturing the stronger, the healthier, the happier version of yourself. How did they get there? And I can guarantee you it wasn't by taking the easy route every time. Next thing, embrace a 5-minute rule. If something is going to be a dreaded task and you're hating the thought of doing it, just do it for 5 minutes. The hardest part of any task is to get started. So once you begin, it's easier to keep going. You're going to think that this dreaded task is going to take you hours, but when you start, you'll probably find that actually it isn't as big as you thought. The task isn't as bad as you thought, and it doesn't take you anywhere near as long as you thought. Remind yourself of the benefits of actually doing this inconvenient thing. Remember, when you're on the fence about doing something inconvenient, remind yourself the benefits of that it will bring. Write them down if you have to. Stick it up on a wall where you see it all the time. If you're struggling to go to the gym, list the benefits of having the exercise, the more energy, the better health, the better mood. Yeah, the fact you can play with your kids, that you actually get to go, say, you go to the gym and meet new people, whatever it is. By you reminding yourself of these positive outcomes, you're more likely to feel motivated. The next thing is to develop a discomfort practice routine. Just like building muscles, you can train yourself to get more comfortable with discomfort. Start doing small things that are inconvenient every single day. And one way you can start that off, you can start your day with an inconvenient thing. And that is taking cold showers, practicing a skill you're not good at, or just choosing something that you don't want to do. Taking cold showers, for me, it was the hardest one. Never wanted to do it, never want to do it. But actually, I feel great afterwards. Yeah, it builds resilience. It rewires your brain to be more comfortable with those challenging situations. The more you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, the bigger your comfort zone gets. Yeah, and then remember that all these things, choosing this inconvenient path, is actually gonna start making things so much better in your life. You will notice that actually first you become more disciplined, because discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And if you build up the discipline to choose an inconvenient thing, man, you are going to build discipline to actually consistently choose an inconvenient thing. And that is the backbone of achieving any goal, from career to success, to personal development, to building strong relationships. Get that discipline. The next thing is you'll become more resilient, because when you're facing these challenges head on and you're consistently choosing the difficult path, it makes you more adaptable. It gives you a new way of thinking, and you'll be able to handle a lot more than you thought. And when you can start to see how you overcome these challenges, you're going to start to build up your self-confidence, and this will actually impact your life, because the resilience that you have in then every other part of your life is going to improve. And the third thing is going to be that you're building true confidence. Real confidence doesn't come from taking the easy route, because you're not doing anything that's difficult. You're not doing anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. It comes from overcoming challenges and proving to yourself that you can handle them. Finally, you'll find that these small inconveniences lead to massive payoffs over time. Each time you choose to invest effort, you're moving closer to that life that you wanted, to being that person you wanted. You're becoming that person who lives a fulfilling, a thriving life, who can look back and say, I did the work and it was worth it. So, what inconvenient thing could you start doing today that your future self would thank you for? And think about it in that way. How can you be kind to your future self? Maybe it's just getting up a little bit earlier to exercise. Maybe it's having a challenging conversation that needs to happen. Maybe it's just to put time in to do a project that you've been avoiding. Whatever it is, start small, but start today. The easy path of your life rarely leads to extraordinary outcomes. It's a path that requires your effort, your resilience, and discomfort that leads you to your best life. As always, thank you so much for tuning in to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. If this episode spoke to you, if it encouraged you to embrace a few inconveniences, share it with someone who may need that same push. And if you want to join a community where you are challenged, where you are supported, and where you are held accountable, drop me a DM on Instagram at just.live.coaching, and I'll send you a link to my Facebook community. So until next time, keep thriving, keep challenging yourself, and remember, it's in the difficult paths that we find the most rewarding destinations.